Rappers can often behave poorly, and the situation involving DC Young Fly and Rick Ross highlights this clearly. Remember back in 2023 when Rick Ross appeared on DC Young Fly's podcast, The 85 South Show? He abruptly left during the interview, saying he was heading to the bathroom, but he never returned. He didn't offer any parting words, no handshake, no explanation.
Let me use the restroom one time and I'm gonna take this jacket off.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you can't.
Man, stay tuned.
You can't take your foot off for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about for life.
I just had to tell him that maybe I can't be there for you, baby. Woo!
Something came up just last night.
My knees be like, you keep trying me, but
filming and do like a pickup or something. Or
Yeah, we good. Oh yeah.
what happened? You tired?
he had to do something came up.
Yeah, the dip. That's how you dip. Hell no, that's funny here.
Now you see him made up.
Yeah, that's funny here.
Left.
We ain't get no.
It was undeniably disrespectful. If he didn't want to be there, he could have simply said, hey, I'm not feeling this. Or if he had a scheduling conflict, he could have respectfully said, I've got to head out early, thanks for having me. A handshake and some gratitude would have been the bare minimum. But the way he exited showed a complete lack of courtesy or respect. Now ask yourself, would Rick Ross have treated someone like Stephen Colbert the same way? Most likely not. Fast forward to 2025, DC Young Fly recently addressed the incident on the Rory and Mal podcast. Even 2 years later, he spoke about it openly and without hostility. He was calm and reasonable. If you can hear his measured response and still take issue with him, it really says more about you than it does about him.
Now, DC said he was hurt. He said he was hurt by
hard
that.
feeling because I'm gonna say first of all, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I get it.
But I give a fuck because
Try to make it
fuck
bad.
with you as a person.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, do you owe us an explanation? No.
Right.
But as niggas fuck with you,
Yeah.
I think it's just something to say, hey man, just a little respect to be like, hey man, this is what I gotta go. This is what I got
As
going
men.
on. Let me woo.
As
I can
men.
respect that.
Yeah.
That's cool. This is when it get insulting. This is when it get insulting because we the type of people that will never bring up nothing that we feel like that can be diminished to your career or anything, nigga. We some real nigga. The moment you leave our show, you went and did a podcast, a white podcast. You sat your ass there for almost 2 hours
And didn't leave.
and you talk. And them white folk asked your ass, was you a fucking correctional officer?
Yeah.
We would have never asked you no shit like that, nigga.
Right.
Got respect for you.
Right.
And you sat right there and you answered that question so eloquently,
Right.
eloquently.
Yeah, low
you got it.
right.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't even disrespectful.
Yeah.
And then I get to sit back and watch that like, damn, what's the difference between them and us?
This isn't necessarily about race, it's more about cultural familiarity and being seen as insiders. Media figures and podcasters who operate within the hip-hop space often get treated poorly. These rappers recognize that we're fans, and they use that as an excuse to look down on us. When they sit down with us, they act superior, as if our admiration somehow diminishes our credibility. But when they go outside the culture, whether to more mainstream platforms or unfamiliar faces, they show more respect. Why? Because they don't view those hosts as fans. Take Trevor Noah, for example. He's black, but Rick Ross would never disrespect him. Same with white hosts like Adam22, DJ Vlad, or Bootleg Kev. Ross wouldn't have pulled the same stunt with any of them. The core issue is that rappers tend to dismiss those inside the culture simply because we appreciate their work. So what's the solution? Maybe it's time we start handling rappers the same way outsiders do. Ask tougher questions. Skip the praise. Keep it strictly professional. That seems to be the approach they respond to. DC Young Fly, to his credit, continued, sharing thoughtful insights after that.
I feel disrespected.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, that nigga is a man, my nigga. Oh, don't say money.
Right.
We got it.
Right.
You got it.
Right.
But nigga, fuck you, bro. Don't do us like that. And it's still love, but nigga, don't do us like
Yeah,
that.
no, I respect that. I respect that.
You feel me?
Was when he did say something about it that kind of struck me the wrong way was when he was like the little homies and we gonna die, the salute to them, I'm gonna do this for the. Well, if you really feel like we the little homies and we your little homies like that, is that how you do your little homies, my nigga?
Right.
Because when you left, we ain't take none of that shit off the table.
Still there?
Yeah.
We kept it right there and kept doing what we was doing. So it was never no
Played it
disrespect on our part. And we've had many guests come through that, we protect. We protect our people. We protect our people. So it wasn't a situation where we felt like it was something that we thought was going to go the way it went. We just got a product that we love, and we love each other first. So we not going to let us look bad for nobody if we can help it.
Yeah.
So that was the reason why it even went the way it went. But as far as like now getting the explanation or feel, it ain't even about that, but it's just about the, like you said, the respect and the love of just saying, hey man, you know what I mean? If nothing else, come tell us why you left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Come sit down and let us know. And even if you don't want to talk, if that's another thing that we can't ask you about, at least come back and let us clown on the fact. Let us
That
all
you
come
left.
back and get up and leave on you and leave you sitting on the couch one time just for fun. You know what I'm saying?
We got something similar like that to somebody that I really fuck as an artist. We supposed to have 2 Chainz on.
Right.
That's the homie.
He was coming to the studio, and maybe like 2 hours or hours before he's supposed to pull up, his people hit was like, yo, he got a family emergency.
Right.
He got to get back to Atlanta. We're going to double back, next time.
Wasn't in the studio. We had a whole thing set up in Jersey. We had a whole sketch.
Whole shit set up.
thing,
Like,
yeah.
we was going to shoot with him.
And
Family, what you say, family
it was like,
emergency?
yeah, all good.
Bro,
Yeah.
go take care of the family, bro.
Facts.
This ain't more important
Yeah,
than family.
Facts.
But we can't tune into the game at 7:30 and see you courtside at the Hawks game.
That's a family emergency.
But see, y'all don't know what the
just
family.
Honestly, rappers can be incredibly inconsiderate with people's time. I've personally waited 4 hours for an interview, only for the artist not to show up without any heads up or explanation. They just disappear. And unfortunately, this sort of thing happens often. Now, credit where it's due, the 85 South Show handled their situation with professionalism. They clearly outlined their issues and concerns, but did so in a respectful and composed way. They even extended an invitation for Rick Ross to return. Ross, for his part, did hear what they said. However, in his response, he chose to take a more dismissive tone, particularly toward DC Young Fly and the 85 South team. Here's what Rick Ross had to say about walking out without a word of explanation.
Look, bro, listen, man. I came to your podcast. I came for free, homie, no charge. I did it on Face, homie. I didn't ask you what your analytics was.
Look, bro, listen, I came to your podcast and I did it for free. No payment. I came on good faith. I didn't ask about your analytics or your numbers. Do you ask podcasts outside the culture for that kind of information? Probably not. The real issue is you don't respect them, and repeatedly calling them little bro came off as dismissive. It felt more like he was talking down to them than having a genuine dialogue.
On Face, homie, to show love. And don't make it like I walked off on you. I left early. Rose had some other things to do too. But guess what? I came for free. I wasted that nice ass Gucci jacket on that look, man. I couldn't even really wear my Gucci jacket again. But my nigga, I did it for love. And next time I come for free, at least have me some lemon pepper wing stop at. You heard me? But I came for free. I ain't charge you. You feel me? Don't talk about Rose other business. I came and did that. And what is the analytics? How the show doing anyway, man? I come back on it and when I'm gonna walk off the
What's most ironic is Ross complained that they didn't have Wingstop food ready for him during the shoot. But in reality, his team had specifically requested it in advance and the 85 South crew followed through. They had over 250 wings ready, including lemon pepper, his favorite. They even stocked the place with his branded products. The team was genuinely excited for that episode and went the extra mile. And yet, he completely let them down. DC Young Fly responded in a calm but sharp way. He made his point clearly and managed to roast Ross at the same time, exposing how unreasonable Ross really looked.
Ross, big homie. First of all, you know it love. Second of all, I got to call a spade when it's a spade. You say you did it for free. Everybody do it for free, Ross. You ain't the only nigga. Boosie did it for free. T.I. do it for free. Nigga Busta Rhymes did it for free. Nigga Snoop Dogg did it for free. Everybody who sat on that couch do it for free. Now, that wasn't the biggest moment. Now, that's one of the viral moments, but Boosie episode 8 million. Got Country Wayne shit like 6, 7 million. Like, we do numbers. We do analytics. Our analytics, we was the biggest before you came, and we was the biggest afterwards. So you always got room to come back to be on the biggest podcast in the world, correct? You dig what I'm saying? But when you call a spade, it get hot. And where you gotta go to cool off, I'm going.
At the end of the day, it comes down to mutual respect. The team wasn't asking for hours of his time. They said clearly, look, we would have been totally fine with a 23-minute interview because Rick Ross actually left after just 23 minutes. They just needed a heads up. If he had told them in advance, they could have adjusted their format, condensed the content, and made the most out of that time. That would have been completely acceptable. Or even a quick farewell just saying, hey, I've got to head out. Appreciate y'all. That small gesture would have gone a long way. But the real issue is this lack of respect among us. For some reason, hip-hop media often gets looked down on even by the artists within the culture. Take Drake, for example. In the last year or two, he's done multiple interviews, but they've been with platforms like Bobby Alhoff and Adin Ross, which aren't rooted in hip-hop media. These artists will often choose non-hip-hop spaces over platforms that actually support the culture. Why? Maybe they want to avoid real questions. Maybe they just don't see value in what we offer. Who knows? But I want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? Rick Ross or DC Young Fly? And if you're still watching, check out this next video where new crime scene details could possibly connect T. Grizzly to his aunt's death. Or click here to learn about the bizarre theory linking him to an unthinkable accusation involving murder and pregnancy. Hit that video to get the full story. I'm out. Peace.